Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am going live, though I do not know what to expect going forward. You know, sometimes I don't feel like going live because of what might happen, as in if things do not go well. But then I kind of think to myself, well, the worst thing that can happen is that things don't go well. That is the worst thing that can happen, that things do not go well, but it is not the end of the world. But it is not the end of the world. While I wait for people, hopefully somebody does join me. Have things not been going well where you currently are? Have things not been going well where you currently are? And if so, do you know and do you believe that it is not the end of the world? It is not the end of the world. You have survived worse, if you think about it. However bad things are right now, if you look back, somehow, somewhere, you have survived worse and you managed to get out of that. So who's to say that whatever you're currently going through, that you cannot get out of it? That you cannot get out of it. The problem is always the thoughts. The problem or the issue is always the thoughts. Overthinking. Overthinking. When you overthink things, that's when trouble seems to ensue. When you overthink things, because your thoughts take you to places and visions and meditations of the worst of things. Hardly ever takes you to the better. That's why people stress, as a matter of fact. They don't think or believe that things can and will work out. Things can and will work out. That's the essence of stress. That you believe things are bad and they will stay bad, or they will not improve anytime soon. If they were going to improve and you knew that they were going to improve, you wouldn't stress about it, if you think about it. Joe Triple C, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through to my live. I am just I saw on my side, I don't know, perhaps the people that you're following. I saw on my side that there was nothing worth watching. And therefore I thought, if there's nothing worth watching and there's no place for me to go, why not just start talking and be the place where you want to go? And perhaps where some people will also want to come to, but that's up to them. That's up to them. I just wanted to be in a place where I wanted to go because there's nowhere else worth visiting at this moment on the people that I follow currently. So I was just saying, yeah, if you think about it, stress is just a manifestation of things that you think or believe you cannot control. Stress, the essence of it is that the thought of it, the belief around that scenario, that situation is beyond your ability to control and beyond your ability to master it, particularly if you cannot master. July and Martin, I just connected with you and you're already in my life. That is a beautiful thing to see. That is a beautiful thing to see. To say that you've just found somebody and immediately they begin to support you already. That is beautiful. Thank you so much, July and Martin. I really appreciate that. You guys are from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much, July. I don't know if it's July or Martin who is in here. I assume it's July. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Also, I believe you're from Australia. If that video or the last video was anything to go by, the tag. If so, glad to have you here. You're more than welcome at my house, my home, my page to watch my videos anytime, and I will do the same on your side. If you do wish to come and say hi for yourself, you're more than welcome to do that as well. The link is in my chat. You are more than welcome to come up if you have time. If you have time, it's not necessary. If you do not, if nobody else does, I will just talk. South Australia, that is good to see. I think that is one of the places I'd love to visit at some point or another. South Australia. How is it there? How is it there? And how are you guys managing? Indeed. Indeed. Thank you so much, July and Martin. I'll call you by both names because I don't know who is talking. Whether it is the July or the Martin of the relation. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and the support that you give me. And I'm sure you support other people and other channels as well. So I'm sure they are also grateful for your support and your love. Thinking on that thought, actually, support back to normal. Okay, that's good. I'm July and my husband is Martin. Okay, that is good to know. Yes, I figured that much. That July would be the because Martin is definitely a male name. I'm yet to see or meet a Martin who is female, maybe in some other country. So I figured it was so, but I was just trying to figure out which of you is the one who is here right now. But I assume it's July. I assume it is the lady who is listening and the man who is doing whatever he's doing. That is my assumption. I can definitely be wrong. I can definitely be wrong. Yes, I'm enjoying supporting other YouTube friends from other countries. Oh, that's the beautiful thing about this is that you get to interact with people from the world, and you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know the types of relationships that are going to forge as well from these meetings. So that's the great thing about technology, about the internet, and all those lovely things. You get to meet people that you may not ordinarily come across on a day-to-day basis. I'm glad that things are back to normal in Australia. I'm hoping that they do stay like that because we know currently that things do not always remain as they currently are. So let's hope things are going back to normal and they will stay like that. If they do not, again, one of the things that I have noticed or noted regarding the current situation, and I'm sure we're not really supposed to be talking about it that much on these platforms, but one of the positive side, because I do try to keep it positive as much as possible, is A, we are not always in control, but B, just because we're not in control over a certain situation or scenario, does that mean that our power gets taken from us? Does that mean that our ability to remain calm? I always put a storm, to remain calm in the storm, to remain steadfast, to remain encouraged. That part, because that part is inside of you. No one and no scenario and no person has the ability to take that from you. Your peace, your calm, your joy. Those are things that you can hold on to regardless of what you're going through. So, again, in this current environment, in this current situation, there is something that has been extended to us that is beyond our control, or our ability to control it. Therefore, we choose specifically whether we allow that thing to affect us negatively. In other words, again, taking the power from us and feeling helpless, feeling powerless, feeling as if we are not able to continue to carry on, unable to be positive about it, that there is no place to find positivity? Or do you take that scenario and say, okay, yes, there is a limit to what I can do, regardless of what is happening around me, but I still have the power and the authority and the control within me in terms of how I react, how I choose to be in that particular storm, in that particular environment. I can still choose to be positive about it, even though there's a lot of negativity. I can still choose to look and hope for a better future, that things will get better. I can choose that. Therefore, putting the power back in my hands and into my mind and into my spirit, choosing that things will be better, or hoping to believe or choosing to believe that things can and will be better. Yes, praying for that, especially in Philippines right now, still not okay. Oh, I did not know that things were getting worse that side. I assume Philippines is where you originally are from. That is just my assumption. I do not know. But from your accent in your video, it did kind of seem as if you are not a native Australian. I assume your husband is native Australian, but you do not sound to be native Australian on your side. So is Philippines where you are from? And if so, is your family back there? And are they okay? Is your family back there and are they okay? If so, just always keep them praying, as you say, praying. So do keep them in your prayers and keep yourself in your prayers as well. Very important. Keeping yourself in your own prayers, making sure that you are covered, making sure that things will work out on your side, and believing and hoping and remaining encouraged that things will get better. You know, the last thing you want to meditate on is that things could potentially get worse. And I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow and what I'm going to do when things get to whatever they get to. What am I going to do? When you meditate on the negativity and the thoughts of things might just get worse and preparing for the worst case scenario, your mind goes into hyperdrive and it gets to a place of panic and anxiety and depression. As Candid DV was just I was viewing on some other channel now, they're speaking about depression, those types of thoughts of more negativity. So more negativity adding on to more negativity, adding on to more negativity, up until there is so much negativity around you that you may not even think or believe or hope in waking up the next day, because you just kind of hope that it all goes away. You don't want to deal with it. But again, in that scenario, we choose how to act and how to react to what is going on around us. We still have the power within us to control our thoughts. We can't control the government and what choices they make in response, whether it's a lockdown or closing of companies or whatever it is that they display on the news and decide to inform us about. Whatever it is that they're doing, we cannot control that. We cannot control that. But what we do about the news that we receive, how we interact with it, that is well within our power. One should never believe or think that they have no responsibility for how they react to even trauma or scenarios that are well beyond their control. One should never believe that they do not have responsibilities or control or power over one's thoughts, no matter how big that scenario is, no matter how big the situation is that you're facing. You still have a certain amount within you in terms of how you react and how you go about doing it. But anyway, that's what I just wanted to do. I just wanted to come and rant and rave and just talk, because there's nothing that I found entertaining, for me to listen to. So I thought, let me just listen to my own voice. Let me just listen to my own voice. And now that I am here, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. That is the folly of going live. You can never really anticipate what is going to happen. And perhaps that's actually still in line with what I was thinking just now. You can't always anticipate the future. We can pray about it. We can hope for great things to come. We can believe that things will be aligned and that everything will be, what is the expression? Flowers and roses, or good and green pastures. We hope and we believe that that is what we will encounter going forward, that everything will just be green pastures and that we do not have to worry about anything and that we will not fall into a place of sorrow or anxiousness. But the reality of life, and I think this is something that we may have discovered now, and not even necessarily now, we would have at some point or another have encountered the thought that we do not control everything. And life can certainly take us at a surprise. Life can throw curveballs, I think is the expression that they use sometimes, can throw a curveball at you that you could not and did not prepare for. That you could not and did not prepare for. But that does not mean, regardless of the curveball, that you do not have the ability to respond accordingly on your side, to adjust. And I think that's what's currently happening in the world right now. It's an adjustment period. It's an adjustment period where people have had to find new balance, find new ways of doing things, find other avenues to express their emotions the right way. The thing about emotions, and it's something I don't generally like to talk about that often, but emotions have a way of overwhelming us. I wouldn't encourage anybody to ignore their emotions, be them positive or negative. Obviously, the positive are the ones that we do or prefer to engage with them, but the negative ones also do come, and those also need to be adhered to. Those also need to be taken care of. Nevertheless, positive or negative, the power to choose is still a conscious decision on our part. We choose. We choose which way to go. We choose how to act, how to react to good news and bad news. We still choose. The emotions do not control us. The emotions do not control us. We cannot get into a place of negativity and say, I am here because of what has happened or what is currently going on. The negativity, the thoughts on the negative thoughts applied to that scenario are based on how you have decided to interpret the news. Yes, it can still be bad news, but you still choose how to receive it and how to react and how to act on your side. You control you. You can't control other people because other people may receive the same news and go berserk, go crazy, go into the corner and feel powerless and feel useless, or whatever the case is, whatever they may feel, letting their emotions take them away towards that wall that they are now currently facing. But you, and I'm assuming there are people who can and lose and do listen and allow themselves to be in a place of accountability relative to how they act and how they anticipate and how they believe and how they continue and maintain hope regardless of the things that they're encountering. Never be in a place of feel as if you're looking at a wall, as I expressed just now, that there is no way around it. There is always a way around it. There's always a way around everything. It always depends on how you receive and perceive it. Perception is everything, one will always say. Perception is everything. So, how you see something will also determine how you act to it and how you find a way around it if it is something that you need to conquer. You choose in that moment when you're encountering or facing that test or trial or emotion. We can even use emotions as barriers themselves. But whatever it is that you come face to face with, you choose how you perceive it and also from there control how you can get around it. How you can get around it. How you can get around it. You have the ability to get around or to get through whatever it is that you're encountering in this season at this point in time. You have the power and the ability and also the responsibility and accountability to do so. Because something you will realize over time is that people are watching. People are watching themselves, obviously, because they want to be where they want to be and choose how they want to be in that environment. But they are also looking out to other people. Lady Tanya, hey, how are you? Good to see you. They're also looking to other people to see how they are acting, how they are reacting, how they are responding to that same scenario. Remember this thing that is currently happening around the world. You'll find that many people, many multitude of people are all encountering the same thing at the same time, but acting and reacting differently. Some are finding ways to cope, some are finding ways to thrive regardless, whilst others are finding that they are breaking down and they are finding weaknesses within themselves that they do not know that they had. So the same scenario, different actions and reactions according to people and according to what is inside of them, according to what is inside of them. Never be afraid to encounter something that tests what you really are made of. Never be afraid to encounter something that will test and show what you really are made of. Because one, it shows you who you are. It will show you and reveal to you your own strength, your inner strength, if you have, or the lack thereof. If it shows you your inner strength, that is great. It means that you can use that strength to be a strength for somebody else and show them that it is possible to get out of this still positive. So you can teach other people to be strong. If it opens up your weaknesses and shows you that you actually lack certain things, lack certain courage, lack a certain amount of hope, that gives you the opportunity to develop those things, either to find somebody who is coping and see how it is that they are being strengthened, or within you, give yourself time to rediscover, give it, give yourself an opportunity to use that platform to grow yourself, either spiritually or emotionally, and just give yourself an opportunity to discover something new within you. Give yourself time to be a blessing to yourself and also a blessing to others. Because here's the thing, if you are in that second category of it exposes the weaknesses that are inside of you, the emotional lack, the inability to find your own strength, your own hope in you. If you, in that scenario, find a way, because again, there's always an opportunity to find something, to find a way through. And that also comes from you placing yourself at a point of view or from a perspective that there can be and will be an answer. That is the first step one needs to take if they are to get through it. The first step is thinking and hoping and believing that there is a way through. Then the lack that you see within yourself, you will look for a solution to fill that lack, whether it is seeking God, for those of you who are spiritual, or whether it is going to find somebody who has the ability to inspire you to something greater, perhaps as family members or someone who is professional, or it can just very well be you yourself, giving yourself a moment to search within you a strength that you may not know is currently or is there somewhere. Because power and strength always comes from within. Power and strength always comes from within. So if you find that there's a lack, it just means that you have not opened the door or opened the opportunity for that power in you to be expressed, for that energy within you to express itself, to renew your mind, to renew your body, to renew your soul. It just means that you had not encountered anything up until that moment in time that allowed you to express that power within you, to express the ability in you to get out or to overcome whatever it is that you went through at that moment in time. Perhaps nothing in your past tested you on that level. If so, then that becomes that becomes an opportunity for you to engage yourself on a deeper level to say, let me see how strong I can actually be. Let me see how powerful and how greater I can come out of this scenario, regardless of what's going on. It gives you an opportunity to discover something new. It gives you an opportunity to discover something new. So I would encourage you, those of you who feel helpless or that are limited or powerless, that you can use these moments in time for whatever scenario you're currently facing, whether it's a financial one or whether it is the one that the world is currently facing. You can still in you find a doorway towards a greater power in you, a greater energy, a greater hope within you that can keep you encouraged and keep you remaining hopeful for a better future, keep you going forward and believing that tomorrow will be better. And even if tomorrow doesn't get better, you still hope that the next day might and will get better. And if that doesn't happen, you still continue hope, you maintain hope. Because again, this situation is that you cannot control what is happening. So tomorrow you might face something more positive, or you might face something even worse or at a negative level. I'm not trying to be negative, but that is the reality. You might find something worse, but it is not about what you encounter. on the outside. It is what you choose to bring out from the inside that will help you through. So I'm saying in this moment in time, in this season, choose to find something stronger within you. Bring it out from within. Tell yourself that you will get through. Tell yourself that you'll find a way. Tell yourself that things will get better. And that even if things do not get better, I will get stronger. And I think I like that one. Even if things do not get better, I will get stronger. It's almost like a marathon runner. If you ever watch sport, the longer a marathon runner goes, the worse it becomes, the more tired they become because their bodies just use webcam. Oh no, I cannot. I'm not in a place to show my face. So in this moment, my voice will have to create the images for you. If you're not comfortable with that, it is well. I understand that some people do like to see those people who are talking, but in this current environment right now, I am not able to show my face. By the way, if you want to come and show your face, the link is in the chat, so you're more than welcome to do so, and you can chat to the people that you may not have yet encountered, and they may see you and might want to connect with you. Even though I do know that there are not that many people within my chat. So I was saying, so yes, so things might get worse. That doesn't matter because it's an opportunity for you to get stronger. Peaceful flow high. Great light to you. Thank you very much. It is an opportunity for you to get stronger. And I think I can put that in a banner, even though I'm supposed to find an opportunity to, okay, let me just put that in the banner. It is an opportunity for you to get stronger. Well, I was speaking about the marathon runner. I was thinking and speaking about the marathon runner that the longer they go, the race does not get easier. After 10Ks, let's say they're doing a 42K race. Opportunity. Let me just type this in. I cannot multitask. I apologize. Opportunity to get stronger. So that, add banner. And I don't know what color I would love to make this. What color do I want? Opportunity to get stronger. An opportunity to get stronger. That's a nice color. An opportunity to get stronger. Oh, what were you saying? And if you have another account, watch your own stream so you can have a bodyguard. Don't be shy to show you're beautiful. Oh no, I know my face is beautiful. It's not a shyness thing. If you go to my channel, you will know that I have videos where I am showing my beautiful face, as you put it. But in my current place where I am, I'm just not able to do so. And as for the second account, I only have one device at this point in time, so I have to kind of hope and believe that people who do join my chat will behave, and if not, well, yeah, God will take care of them. Make people here moderators so they can drop their link and visit to each other. Hope you don't mind. I won't be able to do it. Thank you so much, Jela. You are so beautiful to say such beautiful words. Thank you so much. I do have mods, but this platform is usually not so much a dance and connecting stream, even though people do connect when they do come here. They usually come for the message and less so about connecting or dancing or adding to their numbers. But when they do have the opportunity, they do connect, and they just usually go and search each other's names and do it that way. But I will consider that going forward, that perhaps people can begin. No, actually, not for now. Not for now. I will consider that when my channel is bigger for. But for now, I would prefer them not to drop their legs, particularly when I'm having my normal discussions, because those tend to be spiritual in nature. No, no, don't apologize. It's actually good that you can go to somebody's channel and give them advice. It means that you care. It is good that you can go to somebody else's channel and give them advice. It actually means that you care for that person and you care for their growth. So do not apologize. It's not. I hear you, and I get your point of view, and I appreciate your point of view. As a matter of fact, but yeah, my channel tends to be more spiritual, so I do prefer people to remain while I. Anyway, let me continue my babbling. I have no topic. I was hoping somebody would come up and speak to me. So I apologize if you're meeting me for the first time and this is the person that you're encountering who has absolutely no direction and is just talking whatever is on their mind. And that's the point. Anyway, so opportunity to get stronger. So this marathon runner, as the race goes on, it gets tougher. But because it's getting tougher, it brings out something more in them because they have to push them more. If they want to finish the race, if that's their goal is just to finish the race, or if they want to win the race, as they're encountering that wall, because athletes also have a wall, that's when their ability to move and their ability to move forward and oh, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, forget that analogy. It's escaping me. This is why you should always prepare a message before you go live. But an athlete's wall is when they encounter a place where their body is so heavy, it feels like they cannot move anymore. Their bodies are so heavy that it feels like they cannot move anymore, but they need to push. So they push beyond the pain. In essence, the wall in an athlete's life is that they push beyond the pain. But going back to the marathon runner, the longer they go, the longer the distance, the more power and the more courage and the more strength they will need to finish the race because the longer they go, the more resistance they will fight or they will encounter because the race gets tougher, it doesn't get easier. The race gets tougher, it doesn't get easier. That's why they need to refine their bodies and within their minds as well to ensure that their thoughts are aligned with the fact that this is going to be a long journey. And that's something we also need to speak to ourselves concerning life. We need to realize at some point or another that this is actually a long journey. And for us to get to the finish line, whatever that finish line looks like, whatever your goal may look like, we need to find strength and we need to continue to encourage ourselves and to look for positivity going forward, that regardless of what we encounter, the end goal is to get to a place where we want to be. Yes, brother, don't worry. Sending my support to you. I miss going to church and thanks for sharing the opportunity and get stronger. Oh, okay. If I knew that you were a church person, I would have actually aligned this to more God and the Spirit and how He can strengthen you. But because I don't always know who comes in, I sometimes, occasionally, more often than not, I keep it in the spirit, but occasionally I keep it neutral so that this message can bless as many people or has the opportunity to bless as many people as possible. But the majority of the times, I do tend to go more towards the spiritual side of things. But yes, church is very important. But again, I hope even though you haven't been going to church as often or as much as you would like, I hope you still remain encouraged and that you still remain and hopeful, prayerful and hopeful, regardless of the church, and that your access to it has been limited. Don't let that be a wall. Create an opportunity to find something deeper within yourself, a deeper communication with God, a deeper connection with yourself, a deeper connection with God, or even with your husband. You can find ways now to take this time to know each other more deeply and find out more about each other, perhaps things that you may not have known, even though you may have been married for however long you have been married. It's always an opportunity. And that's the point I'm trying to get to. There's always an opportunity to build something better, to discover something greater, even with negativity around you. It's an opportunity for you to see something that you may not have seen before, to discover something that you may not have known was worth discovering. If you change things from that perspective, from that point of view, you can come out of this a better person. And you can also help other people come out of this better people. It is an opportunity to help yourself and to help others. It is an opportunity to help yourself and to help others. So do not look at the negative things. Do not look at the walls, at the challenges, at the storms, and think to yourself that, oh, how am I going to get through this? Oh, things are going to get worse. I do not know what my next step is. Look at it from a point of view to say, this is an opportunity to discover something new, to discover something I do not know about myself, to see something I do not know about the world as well, to see things that you don't know about other people, because those opportunities also give you an opportunity to see people for who they truly are, the good and the bad. Because in those scenarios, the good comes out of certain people and you see them being encouraged and encouraging others. But also the bad comes out of certain people. You see them being angry, you see them being desperate, disappointed, and whatever else that might come out of it. So you'll get to see the best of both, the good and bad in others. But again, it also gives you an opportunity to see the good and the bad inside of you and your ability to choose and to respond better. If the negativity is what comes out of you, it's an opportunity to do things better. If you brings up the positive inside of you, it just means that you're a place and a person where other people might need to come and discover courage and strength in you because they see it in you. You know, there's actually something on me right now as I'm speaking to you. And it's not depression or anything like that, but it is just, it was a thought. It was a thought. And if I had allowed the thought, I'm not going to tell you what necessarily what the thought is, but if I had allowed that particular thinking to carry on, I would not have even managed to have gone live or to have come this far. So I had to, even in myself, encourage myself to go out and speak, regardless of what's going on around me or within the environment or my thoughts about whatever is occurring. I took the opportunity to go out and to speak. And as I began to talk, I kind of also now found a message, one for myself and perhaps a message that will bless others as well. To say, regardless of what's happening around you, you have the ability to find strength that you did not know you had, or to seek strength that you did not know that you needed. It is an opportunity right now to discover something new. It is an opportunity to see how much stronger you can get or how strong you actually are. And there's an opportunity to also to help others because these scenarios can also help you to see that you have a purpose and an ability to affect other people and help them to get to their goals and help them to see encouragement and to seek hope and belief that things can get better or things will get better. They will get better, but it's preferable to say that regardless of what you're seeing, there's hope in you that things will get better. That's also an opportunity to build up your faith for those of you who are faith based, or just to build up a foundation with you to say that even when things do get bad, and as bad as things do get, you still have the ability to have a backing within you, that you become your own backing, that you become your own person to fall back on, and to believe that things can get and should get better. You become your own strength. You become your own strength. In this season, now I'm hoping and I'm praying for you that you find the strength within you to be better, to be greater, to be more courageous, to be more hopeful. Find the hope within, find the power within, find the light inside of you, find the joy inside of you. Find your way through. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to actually end it there because I need to go somewhere quickly. Find a way through. I don't have a message. I came here just to, I don't know what I came here to do. But I think a message was created somewhat, probably not as deep as I would have anticipated or hoped, but there was a message somewhere. Find hope inside of you. Be that marathon runner. Find a way to get the finish line. Be the person in life who's going to find and go through the race of life and in a positive way, in a strengthened way, in a hopeful way, that you will get out of the other side better and stronger and wiser. Get to the other side. Whatever you do, get to the other side. Whatever you do, get to the other side. I know this wasn't my normal time for discussion, but again, there was something that is on me that I myself had to fight through just to get this message out. An opportunity to get stronger. Get stronger. Get stronger. I'm about to leave unless there's somebody in the chat who wants to come up and we can continue. If not, rewatch the message. If there was a message, I'm not actually sure if there was a message today or not. I'm not that. We will see. Be blessed.